3 weeks ago, I couldn't leave my house without feeling like my chest was caving in. Anxiety was literally destroying my life. Every morning felt like drowning, racing thoughts, constant worry. I couldn't focus on anything for more than 5 minutes. 3 a.m. and I'm still wide awake. My mind won't shut off, just replaying every embarrassing thing I've ever done. Fun times. Work deadlines, family drama, bills, health worries. It felt like everything was happening at once, and I was failing at all of it. I remember sitting in a coffee shop, completely paralyzed. People around me living their lives, and I couldn't even decide what to order. The constant physical symptoms were the worst. Racing heart, sweaty palms, that knot in my stomach that never went away. I was exhausted from being anxious. After 3 weeks of this getting worse and worse, I knew something had to change. Like, immediately. I looked at myself in the mirror and thought, there's gotta be a way out of this. There has to be. So I made a decision. I was gonna try anything that might help. And honestly, what happened next shocked me. Habit number 1 completely changed my mornings. And I'm talking simple stuff here. This is the foundation that made everything else possible. I started waking up at the same time every day, 6 a.m. Yeah, I know, but hear me out, because this one thing, 5 minutes of stretching, 1 glass of water, sunlight on my face for just 60 seconds. That's it. Sounds too simple, right? Then 5 minutes of just breathing. No meditation app, no guru, just sitting there, noticing my breath. Game changer. See, before this, my mornings were chaos. Waking up already anxious, checking my phone, immediately stressed. This routine created space. And there's actual science here. Morning sunlight regulates cortisol, the stress hormone. My body started waking up calmer. After just 7 days of this, I noticed I wasn't waking up with that immediate dread anymore. Habit number 2 felt weird at first. I'm not gonna lie. But this is where I started actually understanding my anxiety. Every evening, I'd sit down with a notebook, just a regular notebook, and I'd write down one question. What am I actually worried about right now? Not tomorrow, not yesterday, right this second. And you know what happened? I realized 90% of my anxiety was about stuff that wasn't even real, just stories in my head. Getting those thoughts out of my brain and onto paper. It was like releasing pressure from a shaken soda bottle. After a week of journaling, I started seeing patterns. The same worries kept coming up, which meant I could actually address them. Your brain needs to process anxiety. When you keep it locked inside, it just loops and loops. Writing breaks that cycle. 10 minutes, that's all this took. 10 minutes of writing every night, and my mental clarity completely transformed. The difference between my racing thoughts before journaling versus the calm I felt after? Night and day, my friend. Habit number 3 is gonna sound obvious, but stay with me, because the way I did this made all the difference. I used to sit at my desk for hours, hunched over, tense, anxiety just building up in my body like a pressure cooker. Now, every single hour, I move, even if it's just for 3 minutes. Stand up, stretch, walk around. Sometimes it's jumping jacks. Sometimes it's a quick walk. Sometimes I just shake my arms out like a weirdo. Who cares? My favorite? A 5-minute walk outside. Fresh air, natural light. It's like hitting a reset button for my nervous system. Movement literally changes your brain chemistry. Blood flow increases. Endorphins release, stress hormones decrease. This isn't woo-woo, it's biology. 5 minutes of movement, that's it. You can do 5 minutes, right? Even if you dance like nobody's watching in your office. The difference in my anxiety levels between days I moved versus days I stayed sedentary? Massive. Like, scary massive. I started using a standing desk, changing positions throughout the day. My body stopped holding onto tension like it used to, and the energy boost? Incredible. I went from exhausted and anxious to actually having energy again. Who knew moving helped? Habit number 4 was the hardest for me. Not gonna sugarcoat it, but also the most impactful. I used to scroll my phone until midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., just mindlessly consuming content, anxiety building. 8 p.m. became my cutoff. No phone, no screens, just offline. First 3 days? Torture. I'm serious. But then I started reading again. Actual books. Remember those? And something shifted. Your brain needs darkness and stillness to produce melatonin. Blue light from screens completely disrupts that natural process. Within a week of digital detox evenings, I was falling asleep faster, sleeping deeper, waking up actually rested, and morning anxiety almost completely gone, because I was actually sleeping instead of marinating in anxiety all night. The nights I broke this rule versus the nights I stuck to it, not even close. The difference was that obvious. After 7 days, it became automatic. My brain started winding down naturally at 8 p.m. Now it's just normal. Phone goes away, evening routine begins, and my anxiety doesn't spike at night anymore. Habit number 5. This one felt cheesy at first, but it changed my entire perspective on life. Every night before bed, I write down 3 things I'm grateful for. 3 specific things from that day, like the perfect temperature of my morning coffee, my friend's text message, sunlight through my window. Small stuff. Your brain has a negativity bias. It's wired to focus on threats and problems. Gratitude practice literally rewires that pattern. I started noticing good things during my day because I knew I'd write them down later. It's like training your brain to see differently. Before sleep, reviewing 3 good things puts my mind in a completely different state. Instead of worry, appreciation. 21 days of this, 3 weeks, and I genuinely started feeling more optimistic, more hopeful about life. Problems still existed, stress still happened, but my relationship with them changed. I had perspective. The shift from focusing on everything wrong to noticing what's right, that's the shift that lasted. Week 1. I was skeptical, honestly, but I committed to all 5 habits, and I started noticing small changes. Week 2. The changes weren't small anymore. I was sleeping better, thinking clearer, feeling lighter. This was actually working. Week 3. I woke up and realized I hadn't had a panic attack in days. The anxiety? Manageable. Finally. The person I was 3 weeks ago versus who I am now, I barely recognize that anxious, exhausted version of myself. 5 simple habits. Morning routine, anxiety journal, movement breaks, digital detox, gratitude practice. 3 weeks, complete transformation. Your turn. Pick one habit. Start today, not tomorrow. Subscribe for more mental health content that actually works. You got this.